QVO. Salutations, and a clinch fist salute YouTube renegades. Benvenidos to the Outlaw News, the voice of the barrio. The voice of the Vato Loco. The voice of the voiceless. I am your faithful narrator, the YouTube Maganista, aka the low-riding journalist, who sprays the YouTube yarda, with a flare-tip con of Krylon Klecha. On Wednesday 17, 2023, law enforcement officials held a public relations press conference to announce the major arrest of suspected Los Angeles Harbor Area gang members, with alleged ties to the infamous Mexican Mafia prison gang. A taxpayer-funded law enforcement PR campaign dubbed Operation Wipeout, who according to popular social media lying prison influencers, was definitely 113 or 114% a Mexican Mafia-controlled operation, with alleged indictments against high-ranking incarcerated suspected Mexican Mafia members, claimed one such YouTube snitch influencer named Jackoff J. Hands, who runs the popular Renegade media platform on YouTube. A recently released SNY cheerleader parolee, whose fat torta-loving rap lyrics of glorifying SNY gangs, gun violence, and illegal drug activity contradict his snake oil salesman pitch of pushing a positive message to the youth.
So in the Harbor area, 12 individuals were arrested, including one that was already incarcerated. I don't know how you arrest somebody that's arrested and already arrested and has been arrested and incarcerated in the first place, but a man was arrested that was already arrested and incarcerated. He also got wrapped up in the operation as well. We all know who that is, the Black Hand. It didn't specifically identify the Mexican Mafia member that was associated in this operation.
Breaking news from Los Angeles, California. Read the headlines. Los Angeles Harbor Area gang members and associates targeted in federal complaints.
Contrary to the misleading manipulative narrative pushed by mainstream media and popular prison influencers, according to Tom Mortzek, the official spokesman for the U.S. Attorney's Office, who's prosecuting the individuals arrested in Operation Wipeout, said during the press conference, no individual incarcerated, suspected of belonging to, or associates of the Mexican Mafia prison gang, were indicted in Operation Wipeout. Strangely, Tom Mortzek claimed the logistical problems related to prosecuting suspected Mexican Mafia members, or associates incarcerated, was reason enough to avoid indicting or attempting to prosecute the suspected Mexican Mafia members or associates, allegedly responsible for running the criminal activities of the Harbor Area Hispanic gangs. Even with repeated mentions in the official affidavits related to Operation Wipeout, of specific suspected Mexican Mafia members and associates directing criminal activities. The only significant arrest in Operation Wipeout was of a J-Cat named Bud John Phineas, a non-active parolee, who's a small-time low-budget movie actor, like Studio Cholo Vince Romo, also a social media snitch influencer, who once appeared on the popular YouTube platform hosted by FedPC, Big Herc's Fresh Out, an extremely popular prison snitch influencer YouTube channel, known to have launched the social media snitch influencer career of many snitch influencers after appearing on Big Herc's Fresh Out. Phineas was apparently arrested for delivering 5 pounds of meth that was sold to an undercover police officer for a record-breaking low price of $6,500, a low price unheard of in the illegal drug market. So low, one must question, who was supplying the drugs, meaning fronting them up to be sold, and how were they the drug dealer, making a profit selling drugs at such a low price, compared to the average drug dealer? Most importantly, why a known dropout was selected to deliver alleged Mexican Mafia drugs. The government has made numerous prosecutions of suspected high-ranking prison gang leaders before, most notably the 1996 federal RICO case against the Mexican Mafia, and logistical problems were never an issue. After reaching out to a family member of one suspected Mexican Mafia member named in the federal indictment, but not charged, who asked to remain anonymous, claimed this Operation Wipeout was completely fabricated, by using incarcerated and paroled prison informants, for the sole purpose of discrediting leaders of the End to Hostilities Agreement, and individuals who were responsible for filing the landmark Oscar versus California Governor Brown prisoner-filed lawsuit. The outlaw was able to corroborate most of the individuals named as Mexican Mafia members or associates in Operation Wipeout, were both principal participants in the prison hunger strikes, or organizers of the historical end to hostilities, which has lowered prison violence and drug use on mainline general population prison yards for the past decade. Outlaw renegades. It seems every month there's news reports of mass arrest of gangsters, related to suspected incarcerated prison gang leaders. Yet, if one takes the proper time to read several news outlets, who report these well-fabricated crimes, you find a common thread. Regardless of suspected prison gang Mexican Mafia, Nuestra Familia, Aryan Brotherhood, or the mythical Black Guerrilla family. All sources of information, whether mainstream media, or today's highly popular, and intentionally misleading prison snitch, or prison guard influencers, will make false claims of suspected gang leaders' arrest or indictments, while selling a false illusion of the true reality of prison's environment. What do you think, Outlaw Posse? Do you think there's enough evidence to justify labeling this incident fake news? Do you think it's a misleading story or investigation, considering no actual attempt was made to arrest the wholesale drug suppliers, stop the flow of illegal drugs into Chicano communities, or indict any suspected Mexican Mafia members or associates? Leave your comments below. Do you agree, or disagree? Think maybe it's fake news? Or do you think it's real news? Anyone like the outlaw think the alleged drug deals mentioned had drugs sold at unusually low prices, too low to believe? Do you think this Operation Wipeout was a waste of taxpayers' money? Or do you think the outlaw, just a delusional conspiracy theorist influencer? Either way, always stay suited and booted with your critical thinking beanies on extra tight.